Playing from RPJ's iPhone.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. We are not sponsored by iPhone or Five and Below, unfortunately, but we
We
are
should be,
here.
though.
You should.
We are all rocking our Five and Below headsets.
That's right.
Well, if I can be quite honest, shout out to Mama Bad Guy. She got these from Amazon for me. So, but my Five Below ones are right here though. These are Five Below.
Okay. Well,
Hey,
But
listen, if
Amazon
they last
sponsor us
6
too.
months, it's worth the $5.
well, thank you for tuning in. We are going to be talking about episode 11, I believe it is, of
Yes.
Gotham Knights. So, guys, a lot happened this episode, action packed, a lot of new events.
Yeah.
One of which being that not only did Duella and Turner kiss, but they smashed. and we got the day after. They're waking up in the bed like two loving couples. But you know what? I had this thought. Because sometimes they do like the replay of the last episode before this episode, right? And he kissed Duella in the last episode. But it was only after he felt rejected by Stephanie. So I don't even know if he's really into her the same way she's into him. What do y'all think? That's my theory. I don't think he's as
I think
Duella
he
as
is though. I think he is. And real quick,
I think the dynamic is of two people that met at rehab. I think that's what the dynamic there is, to be honest with you. I think they just both sharing pain and felt the passion, and now, I mean, wait till he finds out the new drama. What? Come on, man. What? Yeah, because look, when he met you know what? Go ahead, continue.
I just want to say real quick before we go any further, you're watching Unpopular View Gotham Knights review, episode 11. This is a wind down, folks. So please, if you have your beverage, as P Superior has in the blue cup, I have clear. Join us in this wind down. Tell us what you thought about Gotham Knights. You asked the question: Do I feel about Turner and Duella? I've always said off rip, I just think there's an interest between these two. I think when he did the thing with Stephanie, he was filling her out, and he realized, oh, you don't have that spark like I thought. But like how Vic was mentioning, they have both not similar backgrounds, but they both have some kind of tragedy, pain that they can relate to. Something that Turner couldn't do with. Well, maybe that's not even fair to say with Stephanie, because that's not fair as we go later on, because there was a lot of pain that Stephanie went through. Mm-hmm. But no, I think that
trauma bond. That's what you feel like, that trauma bond between him.
I think it was always destined. I honestly think it was always destined for Turner and Duella, because I was saying that from episode 1 or 2 at least. That I think it was always destined for that. I didn't think Stephanie, and shout out to you, because I know we're going to talk about it later. You was always shipping Stephanie and Harper.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't wait to talk about this episode, because there's so many things. And shout out to Silhouette Animator. This episode was, and it's funny, I didn't want to say the best, but this was one of the better episodes, because a lot of times Gotham started off slow, and I thought this episode started off hot off rip. And I have some Mama Bad Guy notes because she texted them to me. So
all right, let's get into it. So pretty much the episode opens up with Duella. She's telling us about her childhood a little bit. She grew up in the insane asylum. She got to know who she who's been claiming her as her father, the Joker, and all of that. Then we see, of course, like I said earlier, they actually smash. They're still in the bed, undressed, and various states of undress. They come down to where everyone is, because then they remember they're actually on the run from the law. And they come down with the crew, and everyone notices that they are, just fresh from the smash. Like, they didn't even try to hide it. So there's that. Turner feels like he wants to, get out and away from folks. So he goes off with Duella. What was it that they went to, like some coffee shop or something to get away?
I don't even think it was a coffee shop, because they didn't drink coffee. They went somewhere to drink. And I'm
Yeah,
trying to figure out how do they pay for this.
exactly.
I didn't. That was one of the things I didn't get because now, granted, there was the first shot. Dwella said, "Oh, I stole this from a table," which great skills. Um, she steals it, but later on, he says, "Oh, I'm going to get another round," and I'm trying to figure out how did you pay this bartender?
It must be the tab. He got a running tab there. I don't know what's going on.
That
Hold on,
tab
yeah,
must
let's
be
see
in
what
the same bulk because that's okay.
they
Never
brought
mind.
up my concern last week about if Batman really off the Joker. The
Mhm.
fact that Harvey scoffed at that implies either it was blamed on Bruce or Bad Harv killed the Joker for some reason.
Ooh.
It
Ooh.
would be against, Batman's code of ethics to kill, so it could be,
They
the other
mentioned
side.
later. They did mention later that Batman offed Joker, to which Harvey even says like that's not Batman, which is really not his code. He doesn't kill.
Mm-hmm.
I guess CW Batman just don't care.
You know what though?
I,
But how many people actually said that Batman killed the Joker? Like
I
that
feel
can't
I've
like this
said
is
it a
a
confirm
couple
it.
third
times.
person. I feel like this is a third
No,
person.
but you know what? Because I feel like all that stuff throughout this entire series was just said in speculation,
Mm.
and as opposed to like, hey, listen, no, I know that Batman did this. You feel what I'm saying? I think that the only person that would really know is Robin.
I don't even know if she would know. She didn't know him the best, so
Mm-hmm.
possibly. But yeah, we get Duella and Turner at the bar, and they meet up with this mysterious bad woman. Like she's stabbing folks and doing all of this other stuff. And it turns out she introduces herself as Duella's mom, and her face looks so familiar. This actress, I don't know where she's from.
She is. Oh God. She was in. So the only movie I can really think about was Kick Ass from
She was.
what the early 2010. Yeah, she was the redhead because I recognized her and she was in Kick Ass.
All
Jane
right, I
Doe.
knew
That
I
was
seen her
another
face
thing.
somewhere.
Matter of fact, actually, my name for tonight was supposed to be Jack Doe. I didn't have time to change it, but yeah, Jack Doe. There we go.
Well, they have like this little, reunion, mother and daughter,
Yeah,
and
I'm,
again, it's
I'm,
very much Duella's feeling him more than Turner's feeling her, in my opinion, because she brought him to meet her mother. After one smash, this girl is head over heels, and Turner is like, huh? Like he's not even into it, like
well,
a
yeah, no,
little
that's
bit.
what happened. That when I got smashed, I met the mother the next day.
Well,
I mean, yo, it was her birthday. She was probably gonna do that anyway.
A birthday smash? Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
for
yeah, he
me,
did say it's her
I met the
birthday.
grandmother.
It was her birthday, so like, I guess that's just something that happened to happen. You know what I mean?
But
But
look. So look, I can
That's
understand.
where I know her from, because
Oh,
I
really?
used to love the famous Jet Jackson.
Oh, really? She was in
Oh
there. I never watched the
wow,
show, but really, wow, good
man,
job.
that
You
was
know
my
what?
joint back in the day.
He's the fourth member of this team. Good job.
Yeah, you always come with the facts, Silhouette Andrew. We
facts,
appreciate you.
facts.
Um, so yeah, she takes him to meet her mother. This girl is crazy. Honestly, if they did break up, they get to break up. She's gonna be one of those crazy exes that like stalks her ex and stuff like that. I swear, she's insane.
No, she's
He better
really
beware.
out. She's really out there. She is. Let me see if I could get a quick note because my shout out to my bad guy. She sent me. I said, please send me some notes so I could do this thing.
Why you pull that up? We're gonna like talk about what happened
Sure, go ahead.
because she Duella asked the mom if they could help her and Turner only escape out of Gotham. So she's like, forget Harper, forget
Mm-hmm.
Colin,
Mm-hmm.
everybody else
Well,
can go to hell.
she had that conversation later on with Turner, where Turner is. This is the episode where I actually like Turner. I won't even say hashtag Turner sucks, but he goes and says like, "Yo, what about like the others?" And she's
Yeah.
like, "Who cares?" Like she's into Turner. She's like, I let's go, let's
Fatal attraction.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And you see Turner like really thinking about it. He's like, and she said, "You know what? Forget about it. You're too pretty. You're gonna hold us back anyway. See you never." And Duella's mother, and I want to sit here and Mama Bad Guy report. She says, Dwella's mother has other plans. She's probably going to turn her daughter in, which, yeah. Because if you look at the scene when the daughter Dwella, when she goes to go talk to Turner, she takes her walkie-talkies. We should throw that in there, that they had the walkie-talkies so they could keep in contact with each other, but the mother took it.
Uh-huh. She sure did. She sure did.
Yeah,
And she burned them too. Knocked them out.
Mm-hmm. And also, too, I want to throw out that scene when she talks to the bartender. I forgot her name, the nickname she had. She was like Sticky Finger something. I'm sorry.
Yeah, $5 Franny or something like that.
It was something Franny, absolutely. And she says, "So what is it if we split a million or something like that?" I forget the exact vernacular, but it pretty much screams. It pretty much screams, "I'm going to turn my daughter in."
Yeah, at least one of them, like it was either Turner or the daughter. One of them was about to get, because she was about to get that reward money for sure. But she ends up knocking Turner out.
I think she turns in her daughter too. I think because you might get even more if you turn in both, right? Like I don't know how this all works. No,
but so she knocks out Turner. Harvey shows up, and then she kind of like knocks him out, right? And takes him along the way. And back at the Batcave, or not even the Batcave, the Scooby Mansion. I
like Batcave better. I hate the Scooby. I hate Scooby.
It's not the Batcave.
It is the Batcave. It's the Batcave on Wish.
I don't know what it's the attic. The children in the attic. Flowers in the attic. So they're looking for Turner. They're like, look, where the hell is Turner and them? They've been gone too long, right? And so our boy Colin, always Johnny on the spot. He dresses up again as a police officer. They about to know his face at the station. And I'm like, how are they Gotham's Bat Attic? Okay, yeah, the Bat Attic. But how are they Gotham's Most Wanted and Colin stay at the police station? He's always there in disguise.
But you know what? Me and my mother was talking about this, right? And honestly, it shows how good he is. Like, so, you know, everybody, I feel like when we talk about characters, we talk about Turner, we talk about Dwella, we talk about Stephanie and Harper. Not so much the brother. I'm so mad that I don't even remember the man's name. But
Colin, I think it is.
Colin, thank you. But Colin is he's so good at what he does. Like, right, he always risks himself going to the police office, right? And he goes there, wears that. Like, I'm always amazed that no one can tell that that's a tape mustache. Like,
what? And where's he getting it from? The drama department downstairs at the school? Like, where's he getting this makeup? And fake mustaches. But I want better for Colin. Like, he seems like a people pleaser. Yeah. Like, he's just, you know.
No, I wouldn't even say people pleaser. I think he's somebody, and I was talking, once again, talking to my mother, because that's the only person I talk to. But she, hey, that's the best judge of UPR battle. Hey, we miss you, bro. But he's somebody, if you look at what he said last episode, right? You said people pleaser. I think this is something he's never had. In the last episode, he said, you know, when he was talking to Harper, he said, we never had a family dynamic. Like, we never had this. And he was somebody who, he checked on Robin because he realized, oh, we haven't heard from her in a while. He kept checking in on Turner because he realized Turner was acting erratic. And he realized this is not his behavior. So he's somebody that definitely deserves flowers, because he's I hate saying this, but he's the Dom Toretto of this whole circle.
He feels like the doormat, honestly. Like, he's just there to save everyone else. They hardly even give him his own story. It's just like he's there to help anyone else. They're doing like a disservice to his character. And I almost feel like he's like the token added, because he's trans and all of that. They're like trying to check out a box instead of fully fleshing out his character.
But you know what? I like that about his character. I think that and not that he's a doormat. I don't think he's a doormat. I think he's somebody who's never had this family dynamic, which is not perfect, obviously. But the fact that he wants to keep everyone together, he's always trying to find a way. And also, too, no, I have no follow up. But
I don't know. I just feel like he doesn't value himself. He just he puts his own self at risk for everyone else. But because he has no self-value, he's never allowed to have his own agency. And I don't know. What do you think, Vic? You're muted.
I think his sister's the only one that he's ever cared about, and now that he cares about other people, he feels like he has a family. Especially a brother. Like he doesn't know what it is to have a brother, and I think that Turner's the person he wants to be. You know what? Instead of Token, I think he's more like Butters.
Butters.
Yeah.
From South Park?
Yeah.
Yeah, Cullen and Harper had an abusive dad. They mentioned that it's yeah, they had an abusive dad, which I feel like his response is just the trauma response of not feeling value in himself.
I just think it's just pretty much that he's never had a family, and this is the closest thing to a family he's ever had. I mean,
but keep in mind they haven't been on the run for that long. Goddamn it, it hasn't not like they've been on the run for years.
Well, we don't know. We don't know. Like we know it's episode 11. They might have been on the run for months.
I mean, you know what though, but sometimes when you go through an adrenaline rush with people like that, and you go through a lot of stuff with people like that, in a short amount of time, you can get to know them. So, you can learn to care about people pretty quick.
So when is somebody going to stick their neck out for Cullen? That's what I want to know. But either way, he infiltrates the station, Gotham PD, yet again.
And he's good at it too.
He's really good. He's really good at that.
Showed up with the coffee and all that, and got compliments. You heard? I love it.
Got invited to a game.
And word up, and that little smile that he put, that shit was just classic. Like,
he was invited to a game at that. He was sitting there. The guy who said, "Hey, what did he say?" He said, "Hey, me and the boys were going out." So he knew the game.
Hold on. Fact checker. We got to fact check our favorite fourth host. They've been on the run for 2 goddamn months. Yeah. Ain't no way in hell. I'm sorry. I won't even like it.
I called it. I said it.
You ever had a summer love? You ever met somebody over the summer?
Met
them in July. Now all of a sudden, at the end of August, you crying?
Yes. I did.
That's what I'm saying. Like, hey, wait, you all right? For me, it's just like that. It's 2 months. Hey, a lot can happen in 2 months.
God damn it. Why you got to bring it back to that?
It's the facts. That's how long the summer is. Come on now. There's no school. You got a lot of activities popping. Everybody's doing things. You know what I'm saying? It's a good time.
I guess.
I like Glasses Vic. Glasses Vic is just like he's right here saying, "I have to say what I have to say." I love it.
So they were able to determine Turner's location. They go there. Harper and Stephanie go there to see what's going on, and there's some little rave, the little party, and unfortunately for them, the Gotham PD show up too because they tracking them as well, and they're like, okay, well, the best way to not be seen is to blend in, so they go on a dance floor, right, getting down, and the mood is set, the lights are flashing, the drinks are pouring, and they get into the vibe. Next thing you know, they share a loving, passionate kiss, and I assume it's Stephanie's first, girl on girl, right? And she was into it. She was like, I never felt anything, kissing another guy like Turner or anyone else. And now she's like, that's what it's supposed to feel like. So she has her awakening, her lesbian awakening with Harper in this episode. Happy Pride, everyone.
I do want to sit here and say, because that happened. But I do want to dig in a little bit because Silhouette, he just mentioned a lot of things. I do want to mention these things because he did mention Stephanie's dad and mom getting called out was satisfying, and I agree to that because they were so shitty, if I can use the word shitty. They were so shitty. So when the father got caught trying to get these
prescription drugs from the pharmacist or whatever,
and the guy even said sorry, dude. It was great. And then try to manipulate Stephanie. And then the mother trying to have this conversation with Stephanie sitting there saying, all this time, did you try to it made you feel so sorry for Stephanie. Because Stephanie is a really decent person. She's just trying to be a decent person. And the mother just sitting there saying, "Oh, you don't know anything," slaps her, "You're just a little bitch," and all this stuff. And seeing Harper comes in and say, "You don't deserve it." Yeah, I know.
Don't you talk to my woman like that. Why are you yelling?
Stop yelling at her. You don't deserve her,
Facts.
and you don't deserve. I don't know what else she said, but she said some other stuff, and all the stuff. And when they shared the kiss, and this is a shout out to you, see the superior. I hate giving you credit because I'm not the bank,
Thanks.
but you did call this for the longest that they would be a thing.
Yes, I
Mm.
did. And we forgot to mention also that Stephanie
Sure.
earlier in the episode, she went to the Gotham PD to snitch on Mr. Marsh, right? She's like, look, I got some dirt on this man. Somebody got to hear it, right?
His name is
And
Lincoln. That piece of
Lincoln,
crap.
Lincoln
Lincoln March.
March. Yes. And Harvey was there. He got called on. He was like, look, don't say anything, whatever. Don't say anything. But of course, members of the Gotham PD are in the pocket
Oh
Mm.
of
boy.
the Court of Owls, and they were able to get into Stephanie's little interrogation room. And pretty much Lincoln told her, like, hey, we got your daddy under arrest. He
Yep.
can be home tonight
Mm.
if you don't say anything and recant your statement, yada yada yada. Um, and she was kind of unwilling because she was saying that, okay, well, if I don't do this, then my friends get hurt, or my friends need to be free of this, so yada yada yada. But it really put her in a hard place because that's her dad, and honestly, if her dad gets locked away, who's going to take care of her? Her drugged out mom
Yep.
with no money and
Yep.
no source of income.
Mm.
It's a hard
I'm
place to
trying to
be.
see because my mother sent notes and I don't see anything about it. But yeah, understood. Yeah,
Hey, listen, Steph, Stephanie's entire story is interesting because one thing that she said before the kiss was how she was always chasing the guy with the perfect last name. Like
yes.
she got groomed to put on an act.
Hmm.
And that is, with the sex thing aside, that's something that just happens in all kinds of families and
Hmm.
all kinds of races, like where people just have this pressure to put on this image for the world to see of your family.
Hmm.
And that's something that she had to struggle with, and now she's sitting here talking about, like, I don't even know who I am, because she was always just trying to please her parents, because her parents are always putting on a face for the world to see.
Hmm.
So, like,
Yes, that's tough.
and then this whole situation with her, I know that like it's about them becoming an item, but I really think that her whole story resonates with a lot of people. Because mind you, the other thing about the mother, the mother's in pain.
Hmm.
Like, she's really in pain. Like, well, how else do you solve this problem? But long term, drugs is not the answer, because look what happens.
Yeah, a mess.
Yeah.
So that again leads us back to Jane Doe and Duella. They have Harvey because they drugged him and they brought him to this underwater or underground, location. And pretty much, um, Jane Doe is confronting him. She's like, "Oh, this is my old lover. He used to use me and then, call me crazy." Pretty much, he was gaslighting her, and she was sick of it. And she's come for her revenge. She's like, "All right, you want to be a fuckboy all your life? No, not anymore." She said. But it was during this altercation or this interrogation that it was revealed, something that Jack told us earlier in the season, that Duella is not, in fact, the Joker's daughter. She's, in fact,
Mm.
Harvey Dent's firstborn, right?
You just
So
said that
she's
like you were
Duella
saying a
Dent.
title. That's hilarious.
Duella Dent. And she's in disbelief because she's grew up thinking that the Joker was her father, so much to the point that it's almost become her identity. I'm the Joker's daughter. And I can only imagine how it feels to find out that how you shaped yourself, it's completely untrue. It's all based on a lie. And she was devastated. The Jane Doe told her, like, look, you get rid of him. This is your dad. You take the gun, you take him out. And she was pissed off. Duella was pissed off for herself. She was also pissed off for her mom. She was like, "Oh, you lied to my mom and acted like you want her." Yada yada yada. Long story short, She shoots Harvey in the chest. Pow! He falls back in the chair. Yeah. Just like that. They escape. They escape. Jane Doe is so proud of her daughter for making her first kill, because early in the episode, Turner let it drop that she's never killed anyone. And Harvey rushed to the hospital, and it turns out he wasn't, shot dead. He was shot where the coin was, so the coin saved his life, right? The flip of the coin, the Two-Face coin, saved his life. And when he wakes up in the hospital, the nurse, unprofessionally, I might add, tells him, "Look, you're going to wish you were dead." And she turns on the television. After this man has been fighting for his life, she's like, "Hey, yeah, look what you woke up to." They know that, this is your daughter. They're saying you abused her mother and, took advantage of her, who being in an insane asylum, and pretty much, essayed her and got her pregnant. And this is your love child, right? I don't know how they got this information so quickly, because Dwella literally just found out her goddamn self, right? But it's like, Johnny on the spot. They had it on the evening news, and it's all out. And that's really going to affect his campaign, because, he's running for governor or mayor of Gotham. Anything I feel like we left out some things. Anything did we leave out that you guys
There's one scene in my shout out again to the fifth member of this team, because it's Silhouette, it's us three, and Mama Bad Guy.
Yep.
And she mentioned that there was a scene, the lady, Lincoln's wife, and she mentioned, she says she believes that the mother owl, she calls her Mother Owl. I believe that the Mother Owl knows both Two-Face, between Harvey and obviously the evil Harvey.
Yeah.
And that's interesting to say, because when you talked about the scene with Jane Doe, she said something over the lines of like, it's like there's two different versions of you. And I feel like she had no idea about Harvey.
Yeah, she didn't know he was crazy until he made that little confession there. But she probably didn't even believe him at that point. Since good guy Mayor Harvey's not happening now, pretty sure he'll get desperate and let bad guy Harv run things in the next episode, and then maybe get scared by the finale, or scarred by the finale. Possibly. We only got a couple episodes left.
We got
but
as far
as as far as the voicemail, because Rebecca, aka Mother Owl, she gets a voicemail from Harv, so I won't let anything happen to you. I know about your husband. And she replays that part, like, I won't let anything happen to you. So she's really like obsessed in whatever Harv got, he's driving all the hoes crazy. Every hoe in Gotham is in love with this man. All the crazy ones.
No, that's the other Harvey. He's doing something. He's doing something, because that's the other Harvey that got them like that. That's not this Harvey.
Yeah, because Rebecca is in love. She's replayed his voice note so many times. And I'm like, she really loved this man. Or she's like, really like him.
He got some strong
my mother, she probably, because she probably just knows that there's these two sides. She was even mentioning something over the lines of like, so I forgot which episode it was, but he realized he had the owl mask. I forget what episode it was. So it's like she knows that I have these two sides. You have good guy Harvey, and then you have the bad guy Harvey.
I've seen no hint of acid, which made him become Two-Face in the comics. Very curious if they do the burn thing from the Nolan trilogy instead of this origin. I don't even know if they're going to bring it up, because they already, been talking about it's hereditary and that he's had this since childhood. So they may bring up like something to kind of disfigure his face, because Two-Face has that disfigurement. And I do wonder if they plan on using acid, or if they'll do like a burn thing. Honestly,
I don't think they'll even do it.
I think we will get something. So we have 2 more episodes. This is episode 11. By episode 13, we'll have an idea.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll even do it, to be honest with you. I don't think so at all. I think that they're gonna roll with this whole psychological thing. And I don't think they need to disfigure his face. And the reason I say that is because it costs a lot of money to consistently do that for every single episode, to sit there in makeup and go through this whole thing. For him to just continuously split personalities, I think it's fine. I think it brings us into the show, and I think it works, honestly.
But would that
You
be too
know,
much of a departure from his character,
a
though?
lot of things are a departure from many things. I mean, Turner himself is a whole departure from the original Batman. You know what I mean? So like it probably is. And mind you, and here's the fact that Jim Gordon is not even in this show as far as the commissioner goes, that's another one. You know, so like they're taking this to a whole nother level. But then here's the thing though, when it comes to this lady, she needs to watch out for her husband,
You
because
think he plotting?
no, because here's the thing, at that right before she started, she got that voicemail, he had that scar in him, and he was talking about his son. She was talking about his son and
Oh
the
yeah.
mistakes and all this other stuff, and everybody forgot how in the last episode he was scheming. And that look on his face shows that he's still scheming. So I don't know if the talent's going to come back in this season, but that could be a little snippet for next season, because this is getting real juicy, son.
Possibly Talon Brody.
Yep,
Possibly.
that's right. He coming. He coming. Let's see what Stephanie does.
All right. Well, that's the episode, folks. Thanks for watching it with us.
Hold on, real quick before we end the show. I want you guys to join me and Cedar Superior, because we are having a UPR battle this Sunday, right?
We are. It's going to be. Who is it? We got a graphic here. Not yet. Oh yes, we do. This Sunday, only on IG, we're going to be doing an IG live, a UPR battles between Pikachu and Mickey Mouse. Who would win in a 1v1 all out Royal Rumble? Let's find out this weekend, this Sunday on Instagram Live.
Yo.
You like my promo? I did a good job.
Yeah.
Hey!
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to like the video if you like the video, and join us next week for more Gotham Knights drunken recaps. Goodbye.
Oh,